Come on. Are we finally live? It's about time because I had to do it twice again. I don't understand. Well, this time I didn't make the mistake of writing too much in the description box because I'm going to fill the rest of that out after this. But I did leave you guys some information on the sponsor of today's channel, which is Mission Pro Wrestling, www.missionprowrestling.net. Link down below, as well as all the features that you can get if you make a donation to their promotion, as well as getting an email from Thunder Rosa herself. She also owns Mission Pro Wrestling. That's one of her side projects, and they have a tournament of hell coming up this Friday, November 6th. So that should be a good one. So this is your Monday Night Raw review. Thank you guys so much for joining me, men and women, or women and men. Either way is fine. But how about that 1.6? So I'm going to ask this every single time. Why was Paul Heyman fired for ratings? They went right back down to where they were when Paul Heyman was in charge. But at least Paul Heyman, Bruce, and Vince actually had a script ready before uh, Monday, and people at least knew what they were doing. So that's why a lot of them liked working with Paul Heyman, and that's why USA felt more confident with Paul Heyman. But they unfortunately went along with Vince and didn't stand up for the guy. So that's why that happened. And now look, Roman Reigns is the best thing on Fox. His show gets over 2 million. That actually gives me a good idea for a t-shirt. Still under 2 million and have some logos and designs and have Madden's Elite because that's my main catchphrase. As of late, still under 2 million. So I'm thinking about that. But I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Boring night, I know. Nothing on really tonight to watch. No football, no wrestling. So here's a new video to give you guys content of what happened on the show in case you're watching Tampa Bay and Tom Brady beating the Giants last night. I knew once the Bucks pulled ahead, it was over, and I was right. So here we go with your review. Orton and McIntyre are far from done. You know, I gotta ask, how much longer can they do this? Do they really have no idea when Edge is coming back? Because I'd rather see Orton and Edge. We've already seen this program for a couple months now, and usually Hell in a Cell would be the ending. So that makes that gimmick look stupid. Now that I think about it. But let's go over this. I don't want to go over WWE's. So Orton opened the show with the in-ring promo, stating the various reasons why he is the best. Orton said he proved his greatness by beating Drew McIntyre at Hell in a Cell, and that he is no longer a legend killer, he is simply a legend. After daring anyone in the locker room to try and take his title, Orton was cut off by Alexa Bliss's music. She entered the ring and held the gloves ready, play and pain, before dropping the play hand and saying he could be here. It said of the Fiend, however, it was Drew McIntyre who snuck into the ring to hit a Claymore before daring Orton to give him a rematch. The Miz ran to the ring with the Money in the Bank contract, calling out a referee. Before Miz could cash in, McIntyre ran back to the ring and took out Miz and John Morrison, telling them that he is the only man who will take the WWE Championship from Orton. One thing I gotta mention about this is just my opinion. They need to stop with this interference. If someone's gonna cash in, just let them cash in. Stop dragging this out. If that's when they really plan to do it, and that's who you have in mind to be the next title holder, as it should be whoever has that contract, stop letting other guys interfere with that from happening, just so you can drag it on. I mean, there's no need for that. Your ratings are suffering, so stop doing it. So Drew McIntyre defeat The Miz and John Morrison via pinfall. That was the main event. after a Claymore on Miz. The match came about after Miz and Morrison made the challenge for a handicap match after McIntyre's earlier attack, while Miz and Morrison dominated much of the match. Though McIntyre busted out many of his standard tricks, such as kicking out at one after big moves, McIntyre made his big comeback and exploded on Miz, throwing him around the ring with belly-to-belly suplexes. Miz eventually managed to hit a skull-crushing finale that McIntyre kicked out at two. Shortly after, McIntyre hit a Claymore to score the win. As McIntyre was celebrating his victory, Orton ran into the ring and hit an RKO, but the Fiend's laugh echoed through the arena as the show went off the air. I don't get why this site chooses to do the main event first. Oh, I guess it's going out of order here. Braun Strowman joins Team Raw. Whoopee. Woohoo! During an in-ring promo, AJ Styles declared himself the captain of Team Raw. Before calling out the other two official members of his team, Keith Lee and Sheamus came to the ring and both said they did not agree to have Styles as their captain. Strowman entered the picture and declared himself on the team and said he should be captain. Adam Pearce entered and said he hadn't been able to find anyone to be Strowman's qualifying opponent. Sheamus and Lee both offered to fight Strowman, leading Styles to suggest a triple threat with Strowman qualifying for the team if he won. Now, why these three guys killed each other was for no reason. We all knew that Strowman was going to win, so the point of this, I have no clue. So Braun Strowman defeat Keith Lee and Sheamus via pinfall. After a running power slam on Sheamus as Lee was setting up for a spirit bomb on Strowman, Sheamus ran in and hit a Brogue Kick. That allowed Strowman to catch Sheamus with the running power slam for the win, qualifying him for the Survivor Series team. After the match, Styles encouraged the team to shake hands and work together, leading Strowman to tell Lee they need to put their differences aside because he wants to win at the pay-per-view. Strowman and Lee shook hands and Sheamus and Strowman hugged after briefly arguing, but Sheamus turned and hit a Brogue Kick, knocking Strowman from the ring. Lee then clotheslined Sheamus to the floor. His Styles dropkicked Lee out of the ring before complaining that the team couldn't get along. Later in the show, Sheamus approached McIntyre and pitched them joining up again. Starting with McIntyre on Team Raw, McIntyre politely refused the offer. And more of what happened on Raw, Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss hosted a Firefly Funhouse segment. The two focused on Orton, with Wyatt saying the Fiend couldn't forget what happened when Orton burned the Wyatt compound down in 2017. Bliss then did a magic trick where she appeared to spit blood. Bliss was also confronted backstage by Nikki Cross. At this point, I was like, God, please go get away from Alexa Bliss. We actually like her now. Cross was scared off when Bliss looked up at her with glowing eyes. So that was a cool segment. I do like what they're doing with The Fiend and Alexa Bliss. This is a really good pairing. Not enough to save the show there, Bruce and Vince. Now you gotta do a little bit more than that. Jeff Hardy defeats Elias in a guitar on a pole match. Whoop-de-doo. Elias took a shot to the nose that drew a little blood early in the match and responded by tossing a stool to knock Hardy off the top rope as he climbed the ropes to retrieve the guitar. That only delayed the inevitable as Hardy eventually grabbed the guitar and jumped from the top rope to smash it on Elias' back and to score the pinfall victory. Yippee. Then we had Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeat Who Asked for Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. When Baszler locked Brooke in the Kirifuda clutch, Lana came to ringside to watch the other members of Team Raw in the match, drawing the ear of Jax and Baszler immediately. Lana would distract Baszler multiple times, including as she tried to lock Brooke in the Kirifuda clutch the first time. That allowed Brooke to score a roll-up for a near fall. After Baszler kicked out, she locked in the hold for the finish. Nia Jax defeat Lana also after a Samoan drop. Jax dominated the match, brutalizing Lana from the opening bell, never letting up. Jax finally ended the match with a Samoan drop. After the match, Jax returned to the ring, calling Lana pathetic before the weekly Samoan drop through the announce table. This shit is getting old. No matter how petty you are, Vance and Bruce, with whatever Miro's doing in AEW, y'all only have yourselves to blame. You're the ones that didn't use him. He wanted to be used. And when he did, he killed that storyline, as in a good thing. Like, killed, like, oh, he smashed it. He was awesome. But you just never took his talent. So I don't blame Miro one bit for leaving. But I'm sure he doesn't like what they're doing to the poor Lana right now. Then we have Bobby Lashley defeat R-Truth. With the Hurt Lock in a non-title match, Truth told Lashley that they're both champions. There's no need for either man to get hurt. Truth then laid down and waited to be pinned, but Lashley wasn't having it, scoring a near immediate win with the Hurt Lock. 24/7 champion Drew Gulak defeated R-Truth to win the title. Gulak tried to run in after the match and pin Truth for the 24/7 title, but Lashley slammed him and locked in the Hurt Lock. Lashley then threw Gulak's unconscious body on top of Truth for the pin. So a lot of hurt business tonight. Uh, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin defeat the New Day via pinfall. This promo went on a little too long. I thought it's like, is this ever going to end? I mean, the whole 8-second insult, that was, come on. That's childish stuff. This is supposed to be an adult wrestling company. And they're throwing, oh, he can't last long in bed, and Kofi's 8 seconds was as long as Lashley lasted with Lana. Whoop, that wasn't even funny, bro. As Vince Russo would say, bruh. So after Benjamin hit pay dirt on Xavier Woods, the lengthy match began after New Day interrupted a VIP lounge segment on the Hurt Business. The two teams went back and forth until a wild sprint finish that saw Benjamin hit pay dirt to allow Alexander to score the pinfall. The match itself was fine. There's nothing wrong with the match. I just didn't like the extended promo. I did not think that was necessary. And I'm sure a lot of you felt the same way. So Tucker came out with a shirt on, without a shirt on, and Ricochet defeated Tucker via pinfall. After hitting recoil, Ricochet won very quickly, but Mustafa Ali had come to ringside before the match. Retribution jumped into the ring after the match with T-Bar, D-Bag throwing Ricochet from the ring before attacking Knight. Ricochet was then thrown back in the ring when Retribution circled him. Ricochet fought back, but the numbers game caught up, and Ali told him no sin is forgiven until it is punished. Mr. Ali, before you start saying all this stuff, don't you think y'all need to pick up some victories? That might be, something to be taken seriously. Not Slapjack's only win in that elimination match with the Hurt Business. Slapjack. Whoop de doo. So pretty much, looking at the timer here, I talked about the whole show in 13 minutes. That was wrong. You probably were doing anything else but watch this show. I mean, I don't know what else you guys want me to discuss. It sucked. I mean, I was bored through half of it. Even on, it was even taking a life out of me on social media. Usually I have a good time engaging with you guys, and that show was just, I wasn't feeling anything. I was just like, this is lasting too long. Far too long. And I just, some of the stuff they're coming up with, it's just uncreative, boring. Rather be cleaning dishes than watching a shit show. I truly, truly would. I mean, that's why I love Wednesday nights. They're the best. But there's no reason to really for me to break down AEW or anything because they do a good job. This is the problem show. SmackDown is actually getting better. And it's only because of Roman. Roman is the only reason that show is hitting over 2 million. Now, if they took some of the stuff that happened underneath that and made it as good as whatever storyline Roman is in, they could be seeing 3 million viewers. They're on Fox. I mean, that's one of the biggest channels to be on. But still, they did a good number. I think it was 2.1 or 2.2. So that's good for them. But clearly, Vince, Bruce, and Kevin Dunn, y'all are slipping, man. Y'all went down to 1.6, but earlier this year, Vince fires Paul Heyman for a 1.6, 1.5 weekly average. So now that's the fans are making you look like a fool, man, by saying that's not Bruce isn't who we want. Put Paul Heyman back. At least he had a vision to see to who's going to carry the show. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally hit the thing. Well, that's because my phone's dying, so let me pull this up so you have more light. But, Vince and Bruce and Kevin Dunn, y'all are going to have to do a little bit better now, okay? You can't be having this. And I'm sorry it's dark out already. It's like, let's get dark at 5:30. Like, this is bullshit. But I hope you guys like this. I'm sorry it's so short, but if we had some chatters in here and it was engagement, this would be a lot longer. But I want to give you guys what happened on the show. I'm sure you guys were doing clearly something else other than watching this shit, or it would have been a lot higher than a 1.65 or whatever it was. Who goes by the whole decimal? But I hope you guys liked the video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helped me out and help the channel grow and get eyes in front of more viewers. Leave a like or a comment down below. I'd really, really appreciate it. And as always, I'm here every Tuesday and every Saturday. Lately, I haven't been doing Thursday because that's just nobody shows up for that. Today's also election day. Hope you guys went out to vote. Maybe that's where most of you are right now at the polls getting your vote in. So hopefully we find out who the winner is tonight or tomorrow. And I really do appreciate you guys with your support. Remember down below www.missionprowrestling.net or www.thunderrosa.net. And if you want to have help with a sponsor or anything like that, they are taking applications today. So that is your Monday Night Raw review recap. Very quick, I know. God, we're only going to hit the 18-minute mark. But, I mean, there's not much else I could talk about. If I saw a couple of you on, I would stay on longer. So hopefully, with SmackDown, I'll get a lot more of you guys coming out for that. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good Tuesday evening. Enjoy the election. Enjoy your night, and I'll see you next time.